Alright, today is August. Quit biting me! God, she's a biter. It's August 23rd, 2025, Saturday. The puppies are 4 weeks and 29, 30, 31 days. They're 31, oh, damn it. They're 31 days old. I've reimagined their area that I built up for them. I gave them this area here, but I realized they're not ready. See, the white girl here is just biting the crap out of my feet. All right. So, come here. Come here, get you. So anyway, we have graduated to big boy collars. Look at that. Quit eating his face. Big yawns. She's wagging her little tail. So we graduated to this potty tray last week. We also graduated to a bed today. The little pig girl dove in that. She's like, what is this fun? Everybody say hello. There's Henny, or who's that? That's Oso. And that's White Collar Girl and Corey. She's just checking them out to see what they're up to. She don't want to get involved. Corey has decided she's going to have hot girl summer, and she's going to use whatever time is left and not going to be spending it in here. Let's see if Green Boy, look, he don't have the sense to get it in the bed. Let's help him, because once he understands the value, come on, Bubby, climb in there. There you go. Look at that. Too late in that, buddy. You watch. I'll come in there, and in the morning, they're all going to be there. Nobody's going to be in the bed. I'm going to be so aggravated. Stop. No, then I'll turn it to the puppies. I'm talking to ding-dongs over here. See, they start to get a little vicious here. Not vicious, but they're using their teeth. They're using their eyes. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. They have elusive wiener dogs. No. No, he said, wait a minute. This feels good. Feels better than the pad I'm laying on. Yeah, it does. Here's Dingaling. They got some major teeth coming in. Say, rah. Look at that. Stop. Quit biting. Just biting all the time. Everybody's biting. Everybody's using them chompers. They can see. Hey, big girl. They can see now. They can hear. They're more mobile. I'm not letting them out because this one pees when you pick her up. She'll pee all over you. And it's not her fault. It's because the way I hold her. I've only held her one particular way when I pick her up. And the way that I hold her is putting her in position to be stimulated over the kitchen sink to go pee. And so I've conditioned her, unbeknownst to me, this is a dumb mistake I made, I conditioned her to pee when I hold her a particular way. So now I'm trying to hold her a different way so we can kind of stop that. And so far we're successful because they've been going potty on their own since about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. So Corey doesn't even clean, the mom doesn't clean them up anymore. She will eat the poops when she comes in here and checks on them. So she's still eating their poops, which is great. But what I'm more interested in is them learning to potty on their own. So that's the main thing. That's our next step. Look at him. He said, I'm going to be out. Yeah, they'll be sick in this little corner tomorrow, I bet. Or about a night. So I didn't clean that up because I want the odor to stay in there. It's minimal and you can barely smell it. And if there's any poops, I pick it up. But I'm trying to keep everything else clean and then let them smell that tray. As they get bigger, I'll have to get, I've got a 2x2 rabbit tray, but this is a 3x3 area. So it would just take up the whole space. But right now they're small enough. They don't need the house space, or a 2x2. Everybody's over here. That's the pad they were laying on. I pulled that out. So they're learning. Hey, hey, stop that biting. Don't be biting on him. He's trying to sleep. But you should be taking a nap. Take a nap. Oh, these puppies, man, I tell you, now that they can see and they can hear, they have all kinds of activity, all different things they want to do. Say hi. Say hello. Look at my troopers. Rawr. And let's put that over there. What you think, Pinky? They're Pinky. Pinky, Pinky, Pinky. Yep, her brother's gonna go too. Apparently she's tripping over the 1-inch piece here. Why don't you try to get up in there with your brother and sister without chewing them? Here, get up there. Get your booty up there. See, they're like, wow, this is really soft. What is this? It's called a dog bed. Enjoy it. Many, many more of these in your future. Much nicer, more fun. Look at her. She's such a diddling. Yeah, she's not ready to take her nap. She's just ready to be wild. She said, you have got to play with me because this is nuts. I'm all by myself. I have no friends, nobody to play with. I'm just going to chill in this brand new bed. I don't even know what a bed is yet. That's the story she's telling herself. See, she is a mess. Oh, here she goes. Come on, Wiener, get in there. She's like, how do I get in a bed? Good Lord. Uh-oh, she's about to make it. Oh, she made it. See, this is not how we do it. Look at this. It's so hard getting black dogs pictured. Here, let's put you right here. There. I'm trying to push that down. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. They're like, I don't know what this is, but I love it. Even white girl is trying to calm her little hot ass down. She is fire, man. That dog is just on it. Whew, she's hard to manage. So they're doing good. Hopefully she'll lay down and quit trying to chew that bed apart. We got 2 of them laying down. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to put one of these up here. And I'm going to stop them from coming in here, and unless it's just time to play. So playtime only. When I get in here with them, or their mom's in here, they can nurse in this pen here. So this 3x3 here will be what they're going to stay in. That'll be daytime, and then playtime, I'll open that up, and they'll have this other 3x3 to get in, and then we'll have Corey nursing them in here. We'll have them eating in here. Yeah, we got to keep them out of this spot because it's too much, too fast. I realize that because they're peeing and crapping all over everything. What I want to do is try to work on getting them to pee and poop. In here, in this pan, and then not peeing and pooping anywhere else. So maybe what I should do, I'm going to keep playing around with this, but yeah, maybe we should just do it like this. Oops. Hang on. Okay. I'm going to bend over and move the phone. So what if we do it like this? So now they got this section right here. Instead of a little square there and a square here, we just have this rectangular section. So hopefully what we can do now is when they come out of the bed, they're going to have to walk in that. So hopefully they'll walk in that immediately and pee or poop, and then they'll come over here and play. I don't know how this is going to last. I may end up moving it, but let's just see how this works. We really have to get them focused on using this tray because it is an absolute disaster. It's going to cost me a fortune and hours a day of time. A fortune of 3 or 4 loads of laundry. Detergent is not cheap. Water is not cheap. Nothing's cheap. And my time is more valuable than the detergent and the water. So we're just going to try this out here. See how they do. Just a little close up. They're sleeping. Yeah, they're gonna really enjoy that bed, I think. So what we can do is just keep them like this. We'll just use this area, this 3x3, when mom is nursing or we're letting them out and I'm in there playing with them. But this is plenty. They don't need a ton of room. They're just starting to use their legs, so I don't want them to expend too much energy and calories just yet. So this isn't going to hurt them. They're only 4 weeks old. They're about 3 or 4 pounds apiece. So let's just take it slower than what I was. Let's see how it looks next week. If we can get them to use that most of the time, and it's been, another week, then we'll see about opening up this to them. I'd be open to that. So this is a trial run. It's the first litter I've had in a long time, and I didn't use stuff like this. So we're just going to fill it out and just take it a day at a time. So now that they are good and tuckered out, I'm going to sign off and put down 2 more. These are washable pads, and then those are these are washable, reusable pads. Those are one-time use disposables. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do less than 3 or 4 loads of laundry a day because I am going through detergent and water bill like nuts. And I'm not getting anywhere. It's not getting any better. I did take away, just as a note to myself, last night was their day 30, I guess, was their first night, Friday night, August 22nd, was their first night sleeping out here by themselves. So I had Corey nursing them until about midnight, and then I put her up and removed them. There's just reasons for that. So she's got a little bit of diarrhea, and I don't want her having diarrhea in her with the puppies. So I removed her yesterday and the day before. And then I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. So about 6 hours did pass. You don't want more than about 3 or 4. But, they're over 4 weeks. I did remove the heat pad today. They haven't used the heat pad since they were 3 weeks old. So from now on, they're going to start staying in here in the daytime while I'm in the office working. I'll just take more breaks and come in here in the living room and spend time with them. And so this is going to be their permanent space. So I've already stripped down see, they have 3 pens. They've got this one here. This is the main one. And then I added this last couple days. Then they had a 3-foot little blue kiddie swimming pool for like $10 from Walmart. So they've been in that. I have one in the office, and then I have one in the bedroom. They're identical. And then this mat right here, let me back up. This mat is a 6, I thought it was 5x5, but I was wrong. It's 6x6 washable mat. It is awesome. So I can just lay that down. So whatever they deposit, if it goes through the throwaway or the washable, it's still, except for this part here, but this whole back section is covered. So this is just their stuff. I had to use that. I took all their puppy kit stuff that I had in here. I had to take it out and put it in that sack because they went to the vet yesterday for a checkup. They were negative for worms. Hearts sound good. Eyes and ears all look good. Knees were good from what we could tell. The little boy, the doc could feel 2 balls, but it's really early. He's only 4 weeks, so they're not going to come out anytime soon. They're playing peekaboo. So they can come up and down until they're what is it, like 10, 12 weeks? So around 12 or so weeks, I think, is about the cutoff. If the balls haven't dropped, that ring inside will close. So if they hadn't dropped, they're not gonna. So we feel pretty confident because she could feel them, and they were already in the sack at 4 weeks and a couple days. So we'll just not focus on that. Oh, the bites look good. So bites, eyes, ears, heart, lungs sounded good, looked good. And knees seemed normal, okay. It's really hard at this stage to do a solid evaluation on knees. They're way too young, but I want to feel them anyway just to make sure there's nothing wrong. I don't have a problem with knees in my dogs and the lines that I have, but that doesn't mean one won't be born with an abnormality, because that's what nature does, and you just have to deal with it. That's why we lost a puppy. She just didn't develop right. I think she was probably from the last AI we did, because we did 5 days of 3 AIs, 5 days apart. And I think she was probably in the last batch, because she was so tiny and she just didn't seem developed. And it's just really heartbreaking. So we paid $300 for the private cremation, and we got her back on Thursday, a couple days ago. So she'll join the rest of my babies that I've had over the years, that the rest of my dogs and reptiles and things like that over the years that have been cremated, and we'll all hopefully be together wherever the other side is. And I can't wait to see her, because boy, I miss that little Squirt. That's what we named her. We named her Squirt, and I sure do miss her. I was talking about that upstairs from bawling. Anyway, it's just really hard. You gotta hold them and then let them go. It's just part of the nightmare of having puppies and raising them. People think this stuff is so easy. It's not. It's hard as hell. You don't sleep. You work constantly. It is literally a full-time job. It is a full-time job. So anyway, let me show you really quick before we go what we're doing, just as a reminder to myself, this mess I have over here. So here's what we're doing. I talked to the vet yesterday, and she was not happy when I told her I've been sick. She didn't care about that part. Let me get this out. But she was not happy when I told her that I fed the Gerber. I'll show you. I still got it. Let me get it out. So I was feeding this Gerber baby. This Gerber baby rice for humans in Walmart in the infant aisle, baby aisle. I was doing that plus some goat milk, and she fussed at me for that. So well, I've been sick all week, and the first time I did it was I did it one time, so I guess she kind of was not so angry with me. Anyway, whatever. So we're gonna not use this. She recommended Hill's Science Diet or Purina, which that is a negative, Ghost Rider. Absolutely not. So she said use water and canned Purina or Hill's, and I absolutely don't use that stuff. It's disgusting. You want to know how bad it is? Read the label. You want to see how much worse it is? Go to the Purina factory like I did. There's one in Kentucky. God, where's the other one I went to? Was it Tennessee? I have to go back and look. It's been years. I know what they do to that food, and no. No, just no. So what I did, when she said don't use the rice, it's going to give them diarrhea, and don't give them the goat milk. I was like, shit. Because I do have diarrhea with 2 of them, but I don't know why. Could be because I'm giving the mom goat milk. So this right here, probably can't, you can't see because the label's on, but I'm going to cover this up so you don't see my information, my address. But so this is what the vet gave. It's propectolin. It's just oh God, what do you call it? It's like the Proviable DC that I give here to my adults. It's probiotics. So this is a probiotic paste. It's called Propectolin. You can't, I have to peel it back and show you another video. I just don't want to do it now. I have to put the phone down. But anyway, it's Propectolin, and you just use, see the little grooves? There's a groove there, groove there, groove there. Each groove is 1 ml. So you just give 1 ml per dog per day. So I got that, and so that's going to help coat their stomachs, put good healthy bacteria in. And then I got, let's see, what do I have here? I have Panicure. Instructions is 1 milliliter per 5 pounds by mouth every 24 hours for 3 days for the deworming, is what this is here. Anyway, so they just put it in a bottle for me, so it's 1 ml per 5 pounds. I'll do just a little bit less. They don't have worms. I just want to repeat, they don't have worms. They were tested, all three. They're all 3 passed. However, that stuff has a coating agent, so along with the Propectolin and the Panicure worming medication, that should help soothe their any inflammation they may have in their stomach lining or intestines. And let's see if we can get that diarrhea to stop, because you don't want puppies having diarrhea. That's a great way for them to dehydrate, and you have a whole new set of problems. So what I had planned to do already was to use this here. This is a Simple Food Project. This is made by a vet. See, you can look it up. Please do your homework on this. If you're looking for a new food, this is the one. This is the one. This one. So they have different. There it is. There, simplefoodproject.com. So super smart veterinarian got together with some other scientists and some animal nutritionists, and she on her own created, here, let me see if you can see this, created this holistic products. So all the products that's used to make this food is sourced in the US, with a few exceptions, but that's because it's coming from like Australia or Canada. So freeze-dried, pasteurized at low temperature, to prevent nutrients, to preserve nutrients in the ingredients. It's made in Wisconsin. She actually owns the facility. She does not have a co-packer, so they make very small batches. You cannot buy this anywhere else. You have to buy it from her. This is freeze-dried raw. That's what this is here, freeze-dried raw. So I'm trying to hold the box up here. You can kind of see, this is the lamb. And let me see if I can get you some ingredients here. So let's look at the ingredients. You want to see the difference of Purina and Science Diet and You Can Name It and all that garbage. Look at this, and then look at what they have. You can't pronounce 90% of what's on those Purina labels and the Science Diet and all those big box store package garbage. It's killing animals. It's anyway, I'm getting sued for telling the truth. So the ingredients here are lamb spleen, lamb heart, flaxseed, organic yams, organic spinach, whole ground krill, which is a source of taurine, organic cranberries, pumpkin seed, coconut oil, cod liver oil, more taurine, whole ground eggshell, potassium salt, sea salt, dried yeast, dried kelp. Dried kelp's good stuff. Mixed tocopherols, I can't ever say that. It's a natural preservative. Mint and guara. So there are no synthetic chemicals. Dogs can't digest synthetic chemicals. This is not high processed. This is freeze-dried fruits, vegetables, and meats. So it preserves and holds within all of the protein, vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything you need. So it is, you can see your protein and fat is pretty even. So this carb is in the 30s, I think. Unfortunately, I don't like that. I don't like high carb anything, but it's another story for another day. You can use it as a topper. You can use it as treats. You can just serve it. To serve it, you got to soak it. So it gives you suggestions here. So when you rehydrate or feed dry, so you really need to put some warm water, at least a couple tablespoons for adult dogs or older puppies. But for babies, what I've done is I've used a food processor. Here's your meal guide. But there you go. Here's how it started. Dr. Chris Bissett began as a traditional veterinarian, but seeing patient after patient that needs something more than what traditional care could offer, she went in search of more tools. She had an aha moment as the years passed. Patient after patient reaffirmed the power of whole food nutrition. This, and by the way, understand this, none of this is roadkill. None of this comes out of a zoo or kill shelters like those other companies I named and many, many more. That's where they get their animals. That's where they get a lot of their protein. And if you don't believe me, why don't you do a Google search in the United States and tell me how many zoo animal cemeteries you can find. You won't find any, and there is a reason, because it ends up in dog and cat food and fish food and everything else. That's why you have to spend more money to get a top of the line quality product like this. You are going to spend some money. It is pricey because it's all human grade ingredients. It's all the same thing you get from your own grocery store, and it's not processed with synthetic chemicals. It doesn't have a bunch of garbage. It's all healthy. They let the food provide the nutrients and the vitamins and the minerals, not the synthetic chemicals. Excuse me, I'm still sick. I'm trying to get over it. Synthetic chemicals are the devil. This store-bought kibble stuff you see in the big box stores is the devil. I don't believe in heaven and hell and all that sky daddy crap. You pray in the sky and oh geez, whatever. What I can tell you is there is a devil, and the devil is processed dog food. So this is the product you want to get. Now you can do like Fresh Pet and stuff like that. I haven't researched that enough, but I don't know that they're not putting synthetic vitamins in there. So I don't know. What I can tell you is these guys don't. So anyway, on her holistic journey, she explored nutrition and alternative treatments to see how pets can benefit. She was convinced fusing holistic and traditional medicine she was able to better support the health and wellness of her pets so they could live better lives. So this is about real food for everyone. They are using only grocery grade ingredients like organic produce and USDA inspected meats. Freeze drying technology, you're able to preserve every benefit of the fresh, raw food offers simply by removing water. In doing so, she made whole food nutrition accessible for every pet parent. So anyway, like I said, use it or don't, but this is what we use. So in this, you get 4 bags. And the bags, I didn't know this was going to turn into a nutritional discussion, but here we are. So the bags come out like this because these are not made for resale. Hang on, I put the phone down so I can open the bag. You can buy 1 bag at a time, or if you're smart, you want to save money, you buy this on auto ship. And so hang on, I'm trying to do this without making a mess. Here's what it looks like. It's very light. There's pieces of meat. There's some cranberries in there. I think there's some blueberries. There's all different types of, what you read what was in there. It's all lamb. So here's what we did. So my boy Henry, he's on the skin health diet. I'll just show you this really quick. Simple Food Project started, and then out of that, they realized that some dogs have medical conditions like kidney issues, liver issues. Maybe they have serious food sensitivities. There's also a cancer diet product. Don't ask me how I know. This is how I found the company, but I want to talk about that without having a meltdown. So this right here is another brand that Dr. Bissett has created. And this is specifically for dogs where you want to focus on a particular part of their health. You can do this for a short term, part-time, or you can do this for the rest of their lives. And so we're choosing to do this for the rest of their lives. This is a 32-ounce bag. It's about $40, I think, for a bag. Henry eats about 2 of these a month. So it's about $80. Plus, he's also on a raw food diet. So his food costs me about $350, $400 a month. And the other 3 dogs cost about $200 to feed them. Because I feed Henry different because, favorite. So anyway, this is for super skin health. That's why every time you see him, he is crazy shiny. But here's the back of it. And again, you can see the ingredients is guinea fowl. And so they're using novel proteins. So you have guinea fowl, bison liver, flaxseed, sweet potato squash, carrots, ground krill, sea salt, evening primrose oil, ground eggshell, kelp, cod liver, the mixed tocopherols. I can't say that. It's a natural preservative. Also zinc, proteinate, niacin, riboflavin, thiamine, vitamin B12, pyridoxine, and folic acid. So here's your guaranteed analysis. Your protein and fat, protein definitely outweighs. So I think the carbs on this are like 20 something. I don't remember. So anyway, then there's just your serving section. So this is the same company again. And so this is what his food looks like. And this is freeze-dried raw. Freeze-dried raw is very expensive. Very, very expensive. Join my dragonfly as I put this together. Isn't she pretty? So anyway, that's for here. So we have that for Henry, and then all the dogs are on this. Puppies can be on this too. Some of the food you need to add. There's an additive that she can put in there for you. It's just more minerals, vitamins. Some need it, some don't. Lamb does not need it. So here's what I've done today. Is our new plan. This is just a washed yogurt container. I use these so I can put stuff in it as Tupperware. So this here, Simple Food Project freeze-dried raw food, was put in the food processor, and this is the outcome. So this is what we have. So what I'm going to do is while they're babies, they're going to be eating this. And she and I, the vet just took us using the Esbalac, I guess how you say it, I don't know. It's puppy weaning food. So you can give them this plus water only, but instead we're going to add this. We're going to add these two with water. And I only use Aquafina. We don't use tap water. We don't use any other water here for me or any of the dogs. No one's allowed to drink tap water anywhere where we live because the fluoride and all the goddamn chemicals in it. We don't want that garbage. So everybody's going to get about a teaspoon of that and 1 or 2 teaspoons of this plus some super warm water. We're going to mix it, make it kind of pasty. And as they eat, I poured a little bit more water on it this morning because it was starting to turn into a paste, and I could tell they're not used to having anything. They're not used to having anything solid. So I just rehydrated it by putting an extra couple of drops, like a tablespoon more of water, as they were eating it. So, and it went down just fine. So we're going to do this a couple times a day, and then we're going to make sure Corey is still being fed well, and we're going to make sure that she continues to nurse them. And so the goal is to get them on this about, I'd say at least 3 times a day, and then with Corey about twice a day for the first week or 2 of us trying to get them weaned. So it'll be weeks 4 and 5, and then after week 5 we'll reassess and see how Corey's milk is coming along, because she'll be using less. And we'll just go from there. I'm not going to sit here on the damn phone. I'll stare at this, but So this is what we do, is 1 or 2 tablespoons of that, or teaspoons of that, 1 teaspoon of that, warm water. I just put the water in there, I heat it up in the microwave, and then I just mix it in a bowl and make sure they're all getting about 1.5 tablespoons. I think is about what it is. I don't want to give them too much in case their diarrhea gets worse, because we're trying to stop the diarrhea. We really need to, which that propectolin's going to help do that. And then the wormer medication, like I said, that has a coating agent for their intestines, so that will help them. We're going to worm them even though they don't have worms. So, and neither does Corey. I haven't had a worm outbreak in any of my dogs in probably, oh my gosh, 15, 16 years. You know, we just don't have problems like that. I take care of my animals, and so I don't want to go into it. But anyway, I take care of my animals, so that's the end of the story. So I'm going to sign off, but yeah, this is fantastic food. Please look it up. I don't get paid for this. I wish I did. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and do a quick look here. See what my puppies are doing. I'm going to be quiet. I don't want to wake the crazy beasts up. Yeah, they're looking good. It looks like they have realized the importance and value of a doggy bed. Probably should have gave it to them a little sooner. I just don't want them to stand up and pee or poop in it and then, you know, make a disgusting mess, and I'm washing it 5 times a day. I have no interest in that. So let's see how this goes, and I'll report back tomorrow. Thanks. Have a good day.